Hello, it is T Killjoy Dev here, and it's been a while. 8 months since apparently my last uploaded video. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'll get into where I've been in a bit. First of all, let's get into what we're doing. So, as you guys can see on the screen right now, we have the theme, which is at the beginning there was nothing. I decided to join a game jam, and the theme was at the beginning there was nothing. So I was thinking maybe a game where the game doesn't exist unless you, the player, create it, which I decided was probably my best case of doing. So that's what we started with. What I did is I got a basic board set up on ClickUp, and I started working pretty much right away. I started thinking about the features I would want in the game, which was mainly a basic main menu so the players could use it properly and move to whatever would follow next. And I decided I would need to choose an engine, which I decided to use not Unreal, Unity for this. And I decided we would need a character that at least moves around. And I was thinking maybe pickups to improve the world. There was quite a few things that I originally scoped out that probably aren't going to happen, which that didn't happen at all. And that's kind of just because when you're doing game development, and it's just a week, you only had a week to make this. So basically, I started right away, and after just a little bit, I had a simple main menu working, which then led to a second scene, which said, right now there is nothing, but maybe you can create something with this button. And that's all I really had at first. And honestly, that's all you really needed at first. It was just something very small to get to. The next thing was a small level that I made that I was like, well, maybe when you create something, what happens is you have an energy ball, and after collecting 10 bits of energy, you explode. And so that's what I did. I got a sphere in that was able to move around the level and pick up energy. And you had like a little energy thing at the bottom that tell you how much energy you've picked up. It was very nice to make. The sphere physics were interesting, and it overall felt really nice to play around with. So then after that, I was kind of wondering, well, what should I do next? Well, then I remembered I kind of like those like type of clicker games. So that's what I went and tried to create. So after a little bit, I had a simple like world that would rotate and a dialogue box that would tell you what's kind of going on. This was my first experimentation with actually messing with dialogue boxes and everything, and this was also my first time creating a clicker game. So I think it turned out really well. When you clicked, it would add your, +1, and every time you bought something, it would change the world. So, for example, as you just saw, when I bought the grass, it turned into like a grassy plain. I tried to make this as reminiscent as to real life as possible, but sometimes it's not completely accurate. But mainly the whole focus of this was creating like two smaller mini games that would show off like the creation of the world. I had other plans as well, like I was going to go through like the whole human civilization upgrading and stuff like that. But now that I think about that, that would have probably been better for like maybe its own game, like entirely. So I decided against that, and what ended up happening is the final product was more just a clicker game and a smaller mini game where you pick up energy. And sadly, that's kind of just what it was. I will show you guys what I had planned originally, which was a nice like building system. So as you guys can see here, when I click, it would create like little boxes wherever I clicked. it was a little wonky because instead of placing it where I clicked, it would place it where the camera was, and I just didn't really have enough time to go through and go in and fix any of that. And sadly, that's just what ended up happening, and there's not really much I could have done about it. So here's the full game right here. It's simple. There was a few like things that I just didn't have time to fix because I knew I would be busy for most of the day today. So although I had like 3 hours left before I had to submit, I didn't really have all of that time, if you know what I mean. It was more, well, I have this time, but I technically don't because I had other stuff to do. I've got schoolwork, and that's another reason why this game turned out so interesting, I guess. It was mainly because I had like 3 college algebra quizzes this week, plus other like bigger projects that were due. And this game jam just fell in between all of that, so I had to do obviously schoolwork first, and so it made my game jam submission not end up really the best, I guess you could say. And so, because there's not much I could have done about that, the game just ended up being subpar what I really wanted. But that's fine. The main importance of a game jam is mainly just releasing your game out there and showing everybody, hey, this is what I made in this many hours. Because really, I didn't make it in a week. Because if I had a week, it would have been much better. Because, yes, although I technically had a week, um, I didn't have that full week. And so, with 3 hours left of the game jam, I went and submitted my project. And overall, it taught me a lot. I did learn some things. I learned how to do dialogue boxes. I learned how to make a clicker game. I learned how to make a simple like sphere game. And overall, it was pretty good. I won't say it was like amazing or like fantastic, but it was definitely a game that was created. Now, it does kind of look like a game that was created in a few hours, which that's just mainly because that's all the time I really had. When you're in school and also doing YouTube and game development, it all kind of just collides together and you got to find time for everything. But that's enough about the game jam. Where have I been? Well, between school and wondering what I should do with my main channel, Elemental Universe, and also this channel, it has come across to me that a lot needs to be different. So with Elemental Universe, it's a gaming channel. I just play games on it, stuff like that. And Joy Dev is obviously my dev channel. We develop things here, and soon enough, you guys will see a project I finally know what I'm doing enough. I've worked with Unity enough, and there'll be probably a video soon about my Unity journey, I guess you could say. And you guys get to see all my old projects that I worked on and everything like that. I went and re-downloaded everything, so that should make for a pretty interesting video. But overall, I've just been bouncing between things. I keep on thinking, well, do I want to make a Minecraft server? Do I want to make a 5M server? Do I want to stay with game development? Is it just all this? And I eventually decided I want to do game development fully. So mainly Elemental Universe, may just occasionally play games and other things, but I think Tico Dev is going to go across as who I am now. Elemental Universe was nice to have. I almost reached 1,000, and I might continue it, but mainly my focus is going to be TKO Dev because that's who I am. I'm a developer, and I really hope that whatever games I create, you guys will be along with me, and I can show you, and you guys will be able to play them eventually. And because of that, I'm gonna be putting a lot more work into this channel. There's going to be a Discord coming up soon. There's going to be a Patreon in case you guys would like to donate to me and me creating games. And yeah, so that's where I've been for the last few months. Those of you that have come from LML's universe, a lot of things are going to change, mainly because, you know, I've started with a lot of things and I've never really finished anything. And I think that's going to change. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.